Hi there, Mark Andrews here. I'm one of the team that leads the King's Church in Ringwood. We're a community on a bit of an adventure together with a vision to make Christ the King known in Ringwood and beyond. We have various aims and priorities that we trust will help us to fulfil that vision, and one of those is worship. So I want to talk to you today just for a few minutes about worship, what it is, why we do it, and what it looks like when we gather together. So what do we mean by worship? Well, the origin of our English word is worthship. It's an expression, if you like, of how much value we place on something or someone, how much we think that person or thing is worth. And we demonstrate how much we think something's worth by how much time, effort and resources we give to it. We demonstrate that through our actions. And the old adage is true, that our actions speak far louder than our words. At the King's Church, we take the Bible really seriously too. And in Matthew's account of the life of Jesus, we read that when he was asked, "What is the greatest commandment?" Jesus answered like this. Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment." Worship then is finding delight in God, which comes from knowing God, delighting in him, loving him with all our hearts, souls, mind and strength. Another of the disciples of Jesus, a guy called John, wrote that God the Father is looking for worshippers. So God's looking for people who will value him really highly. So worship isn't just about singing. The Apostle Paul tells us that our act of worship is to offer our bodies as living sacrifices. Now, he's not asking us to do something horrible or gruesome here, but to live out a lifestyle of worship. In other words, to make everything that we do, every thought and every action, make them an act of worship, so that the way that we live demonstrates how much we value God. So it isn't just about singing, but it is about singing too. So when Paul wrote a letter to the early church, he expected them to speak and to sing to one another with psalms and with hymns and with spiritual songs, heartfelt and filled with thanksgiving. There's this sense then that singing was almost designed to give us a way of expressing heartfelt praise to God. So when we meet together, you'll not be surprised that we place a high value on what we call our corporate worship, how we worship together. When we worship God, whether it's when we're on our own or when we're together, we're expecting to have an encounter with him, because it's about relationship, and every relationship should be two-directional. And we expect to see that in our worship, this two-way relationship. As we sing songs of praise, thanksgiving and adoration to him, we expect to hear back from him. And so you'll see that reflected in our meetings as we allow time and space not just to sing and speak, but also to listen to what he might want to say to us. And we believe that in Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, in chapter 12 through 14, we kind of have a blueprint for what that might look like in our meetings. At King's Church, we place a really high value on God. We believe that he made everything and holds everything together. We believe that his son Jesus, through his life, death, burial, resurrection, and returning to heaven, has made it possible for us to have a relationship with God. And all of that's worth singing about. So I hope that's been helpful. Please feel free to comment or get in touch with us through the website. That's www.kingschurchringwood.co.uk, or through our social media channels. And may God bless you richly.